Hello, I'm John Barrett, and today we are going to demystify statistics. Our topic today are forest plots. So what are forest plots? Forest plots are visual representations of multiple studies placed into one figure. They help us look at whether there's a negative effect, no effect, or a positive effect when we look at all the studies combined. Now, if you've looked at a forest plot before, it may look rather complicated, but today we're going to make it a little more simple. So let's take a look at an example. At this example here, I'm going to start on the left-hand side with Smith et al. And this is one of the studies, and the results of that specific study are sitting to the right. So this is the confidence interval, most likely the 95% confidence interval, and this is the raw data to support it. So 1.3 is this number right here. That's the number from the actual study, and it's that black box. 0.5 stands for the very left-hand side of that line, and 2.6 is the number for the very right-hand side of that line. I have another video on confidence intervals, so if you need a little bit of a refresher, you can go check it out and come back and watch this. So looking at these studies here, we're looking at the confidence interval of 5 different studies, and then we have a summary measure at the bottom. This line right here is the zero line. And anything to the right of the zero line means there's a positive association, and everything to the left of the line means there's a negative association. So you might notice that this 1 doesn't look like 0, and that's just because the statistic we are looking at is the odds ratio. And in odds ratios, 1 equals that there's 1 for every 1 over here, there's a 1 over here, or when you flip a coin, you have one chance that you're going to get heads and one chance that you're going to get tails. So the ratio of 1 to 1 or 1.0 is still equal to 0. So if we're looking at these studies specifically, we notice that there seems to be a lot of studies that are on the right-hand side, or there's a positive association between the two variables. And what you can also notice is that there are a couple that pass the zero line. So we say that any study that kind of passes the zero line, we don't really know if there's a positive or negative effect. It could be either or. So it looks like 2 studies specifically we're kind of questioning that, and then 2 studies over here we're pretty confident that the effect is a positive association, and then this one here probably the same because that barely touches the 1 line. And so this is what helps us look at when we look at multiple studies, that looking at multiple studies all at one, there looks like there actually is a positive effect between the 2 variables. Now notice that on this these 2 specific studies, those black boxes are a little bit bigger, and that's because we're weighting, or the authors are weighting this a little bit higher. Most of the time that means there are more patients in this study than in this study, and it's supporting that because we know that when you have less patients enrolled, you're not as confident of the results. So this might be a study of 2,000 and this might be a study of 200. And so looking at these here, these are kind of weighing the final summary statistic. So the ones that have boxes that are bigger mean that they have heavier weight when they're doing the final analysis. And that's what this line is here. This summary measure is a summary statistic looking at all this data, and we combine it into one. They're saying that the likelihood, the odds ratio is 2.2 with a confidence interval between 1.9 and 2.4. So I hope that helps you understand what a forest plot is and the different parts. I think that you'll find it useful when you're looking at different studies, and I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.